Okay guys, I'm here to talk about the chemical properties of nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas, as we have seen in the previous video, nitrogen gas is quite unreactive. It's quite inert, so meaning that it's not all that reactive with other elements. But still, though it's not reactive, but we shall see that it's slightly reactive with some of the elements. For instance, when you have the most reactive metals, say magnesium, calcium, the hot metals, they do react with nitrogen. That is, burning magnesium, burning calcium do react with nitrogen. That is, when you get a piece of burning magnesium, then you insert it in a jar containing nitrogen gas. These two elements will react to form the nitride of the metal. The same applies to calcium. You form a calcium nitride as your product. Then still from there, we shall see that these nitrides, when gotten and immersed in water, or when you react them with water, you form an alkaline solution and an evolution of a gas, that is ammonium gas. Or for those who do it practically, because here I don't have actually the apparatus to show you, but I'm just giving you a narration of how nitrogen actually behaves chemically. You'll find that you'll feel a choking smell in that reaction. That is, when you have the nitride of the metal, that is either calcium or magnesium nitride, immerse it in water, you find that you feel a choking smell of a gas, that is ammonium gas. Then the solution itself, it will be an alkaline. That is, when you test it, it will be having a pH which is slightly greater than 7. Then still we shall see that nitrogen, although it is somehow unreactive, but it can react with hydrogen. That is in Haber process. For those who have seen it, you know the Haber process. Then for some of us who have not, then maybe in the next video I'll explain how nitrogen reacts with hydrogen in the Haber process. But just briefly talk about the Haber process. Nitrogen reacts with hydrogen at certain conditions. That is under catalyst, presence of a catalyst, high pressure, and then high temperatures. So it shows that a catalyst normally used here, we normally use iron. We can use copper and maybe some most reactive actually transition elements. Then the temperatures must be above at least 400, 450 and above. And the pressures also must be high. Then the gas can be actually, the two gases do react to form the ammonia. So that's another chemical properties of nitrogen gas. It reacts with hydrogen to form ammonia. And then still, on top of that, we shall see that nitrogen as a gas can be found in a combination of oxygen, especially in the nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and nitrogen oxide. So in most of these gases, we see that nitrogen is with a company with oxygen. So these are some of the chemical properties of how nitrogen can react with other elements. We have no more of that, and then for those who have still actually more of the chemical properties, so still you can't do inform us, because we are here all to learn. Okay, then I'll be glad to welcome most of the questions you guys may come up with. Then for those with comments, for sure I'm glad, because you guys actually you have loved me so much, and then actually you have commented well. And then for those who have still more questions, you can ask more questions, then I'll be glad to answer you. So otherwise, I think that's all what I have about the chemical properties of nitrogen. Then we can meet in our next video.